All right, guys, it finally happened. After months of agonizing speculation, 100 Thieves have finally officially revealed their CSGO roster. It's like Christmas came early if you're a Counter-Strike fan. Now, the team itself is pretty hype, and 100 Thieves being in CSGO is just good for the esport. There was only one little hiccup. The announcement was leaked on Twitter, and Nadeshot is kind of pissed. We're gonna talk about all of that. All right, so since July, the CSGO world have been holding our breaths to find out exactly what roster Nadeshot and his 100 Thieves brand would sign for their second go-around at Counter-Strike.
We're getting a CSGO team, is basically what I'm telling you. We're getting a CSGO team.
Nadeshot himself was in Berlin for the recent StarLadder major, apparently shaking hands, talking to players, and trying to put a team together right there and then, and the rumor mill went nuts. Now, a lot of people, including myself, thought that for an org like 100 Thieves, a cutting-edge, content-first organization that gets it, nothing short of a super team in CSGO would do. You imagine like Nico and Kenny S and Simple and Device and Twists all mushed together in 100 Thieves jerseys. It's a nice fantasy, but that's not exactly what happened. 100 Thieves, in fact, ended up signing the now former Renegades roster.
We have agreed to a transfer for the now former Renegades roster.
So we got a team.
We got a team.
What you're saying is we got a team.
We got a team.
So you're saying there's a chance of winning a major.
A lot of them,
Okay.
hopefully.
I love the sound of that.
Look, this team is kind of having a moment this year. After years of winning minors and not much else, the boys crushed it in Katowice and came in the semifinals in Berlin. What I'm trying to say is the trajectory for this team was already upward. This is, if you ask me, the perfect time for an org like 100 Thieves with a ton of cash to come in and take them to the next level. Take them from major semifinals to major winners. Obviously, it's no secret that I personally have a lot of love for this roster. I may have been caught once or twice being a little biased towards them.
On the road back. 2 rounds down at the moment. You guys aren't loud enough. Where's the support for these guys?
Now, before I continue gushing about the former Renegades roster, there is something we should touch on first. Some of you Twitter addicts out there probably heard about this announcement before the actual announcement. Maybe it was because of DK's report, or maybe it was because of all the goodbye messages that were posted to the Renegades Twitter. Nadeshot himself was streaming the new Call of Duty at the time that this happened, and he did address the matter pretty candidly. He called out Renegades directly and said that they were coordinating about dropping it the next day, and somehow it got published a day early. He even went as far as to say, quote, "I'm pissed and what was done was pure disrespect," end quote. We'd love to show you that clip, but looks like the VOD has been deleted. Whether this was just purely an accident on the Renegade social media team or something else, I don't know. I'm not gonna speculate. Nadeshot also took the time to dispel a rumor that 100 Thieves had been outbid on the former NRG roster that ended up going to EG. Which is a shame because I feel like that NRG roster, at least in part, would be perfect for 100 Thieves. I mean, content first brand, Mr. Content, kinda goes together, doesn't it?
Just for the record, your information, Mr. Myrtle, on the EG situation is not true. We did not get outbid. Just saying.
But let's get back to the positive news here. I think this re-entry into CSGO is actually just a good thing for the esport itself. 100 Thieves, from their branding to their content to how they run their esports teams, is just an org that gets it. They're not one of these guys doing the same old shit from 2015. I truly believe that the 100 Thieves of the world are going to be part of what takes CSGO to the next level.
Regardless of whether the CDL is a success or a failure, Counter-Strike is still going to continue to blossom. Every single time there's a major tournament on, the entire world of esports is watching.
It's really encouraging that Nadeshot was so eager to get his org back into CS, because the first time 100 Thieves got into CSGO, it pretty much could not have gone worse. Back at the end of 2017, beginning of 2018, 100 Thieves originally acquired the old Immortals CSGO roster. They were enveloped in a scandal after KNG made some horrible comments on Twitter, never played a single map, and disbanded after a month. That's a yikes. But that was then, and this is now. It's obviously a completely different group of guys, and in terms of the ex-Renegades players, it's hard not to love them. I mean, you got Azur as the veteran leader of the squad. He's given Renegades so much over the years. Super happy to see him in particular get this opportunity, and he is a top lad to boot.
There is, bro. I can tell you. I can tell you. You don't have to say it lightly.
No, okay, all right. We're good to go.
Some of it is a shithole.
I'm tell it like it is. Yeah, I forgot who I'm talking to.
You got Liaz and Gratisfaction, two young gunners with great futures in the game, one of which, Gratisfaction, has an incredible mustache, which Nadeshot correctly identified as the mark of greatness. JKS is a savage, you see what I did there, and all you old CS fans already know Jacob, who's been a part of a ton of star-studded rosters. Of course, you got Kassad in the coaching position, Serbian legend. He's played with and coached some of the better players that this esports ever seen. Now, the question for 100 Thieves here is, can this promising roster that's on the upward trajectory break into the top 3, let's say, in the world? Can they win big and win consistently? And I guess to put it more pointedly, can they win a major, which Nadeshot himself said is the goal? Obviously, the answer remains to be seen. But the theory is, if the boys are having such a great year on Renegades, with all the support, the state-of-the-art facilities, the funding that 100 Thieves can provide, can they take them from top 10 to top 3? Can this make the difference for this former Renegades roster? I guess we'll see. The other factor is, aside from winning actual games of Counter-Strike, can this roster make great content? Can they get clicks on YouTube? Because after all, that's kind of what 100 Thieves is about. Not to take anything away from their competitiveness, obviously Nadeshot's goal is to win, is to get championships, but let's be honest here, they are a content-first org in a lot of ways. Yeah, they already have a League of Legends team. Yeah, they obviously take competition seriously, but look, they produce hype clothes, they do vlogs, they have a content house. See where I'm going with this, right? So can the former Renegades roster sell tickets, so to speak, when it comes to content? I hope so. But look, if they start winning majors, nobody's gonna be complaining that Azur isn't vlogging enough. Do you ever imagine what the comms are on Renegades? Right, they're going B. It's stinky time, mate. Rotate, get there. Throw that. That's a beautiful molly. Okay, it's full English. That wasn't even Australian. That was just full English. I apologize. I'm banned from your country. I get it.